Earlier today, Pete Thamel on Twitter announced that Nebraska, according to sources, Nebraska brought in Dana Holgerson as an offensive analyst. You might as well say offensive coordinator, probably, to take a look or to assist Marcus Satterfield with the Nebraska offense. And I'm sure you can read tons of articles about Dana Holgerson's background, what he's done with his career. I mean, he is a very experienced guy. He started at Iowa Wesleyan, where I believe he played for Hal Mumme. And then he started his coaching career at Valdosta State. I'm not going to go in depth into this, but the key here is Hal Mumme. And then he also coached at Texas Tech with Mike Leach, or under Mike Leach. And those two names are important because those two names are associated most closely with the air raid offense, which might make you nervous. Because, the air raid offense at Nebraska just seems like an oxymoron, doesn't it? Doesn't it make you like that's not going to work? We run the ball. We're physical. They're not physical. I think the key here is that if you go out and you look at Dana Holgerson's body of work, you will find that his offense has scored lots of points. And I think at this point in the 2024 season, bringing him on, we need somebody who knows how to score a lot of points because we're not scoring points, and that's a big problem. Earlier today, Mitch Sherman, all the other people, the media people, including Core Nation, we put out articles about Nebraska hiring Dana Holgerson. But one thing that caught my eye was an article by Mitch Sherman in The Athletic. Mitch does a damn good job, where he said, under Rhule, who is 10-11 at Nebraska, the Huskers have not won a game in which their defense allowed more than 14 points. That's pretty damning of the offense. And I did the video yesterday about the case for Marcus Satterfield being fired. Is he being fired? Not really, but, looks like he's kind of being replaced. We don't know yet who's going to call the plays. I do think that's a big deal, but we're going to find out when we play USC in about 2 weeks. I want you to think about this. Do you see Dana Holgerson as a perfect fit for Nebraska? Probably not because of the air raid reference. And if you're thinking about like Wisconsin, they want to run the air raid with Phil Longo, and that's not going well in the Big Ten, as if their problems have anything to do with ours, but I'm sure they're going to be brought up on social media. Here's the thing. Nebraska has an offense that's a bucket of crap. And Dana Holgerson is coming in, and hopefully within 2 weeks, by the time we face USC, he can make it so that it's a shiny bucket of crap. And then ultimately, over the course of however long he stays at Nebraska, he can make it a nice shiny bucket of offense. I don't think that the whole is he a perfect fit thing it's something to worry about here. We need to get through the 2024 season. I know that Holgorsen visited Nebraska. I believe he was brought in January and wasn't hired then, probably because Holgorsen was looking to get another head coaching job. And since that didn't work out, he was working at TCU as an offensive analyst or quality control, some kind of analyst position, whatever the title is. And now he's at Nebraska as a title role guy. Ideally, he can get our offense to score about 30 to 35 points a game, because that would be a decent offense. If you have a good offense, you're looking at 40 points a game. And, the old adage about defense winning championships, probably not true as much as it is now. You need an offense to score points to win games and win championships or go to bowl games. Nebraska right now is not scoring 30 points a game. We're nowhere near that. I think we're around 18. And I ran through a bunch of offensive statistics yesterday, and they're terrible. I mean, they can't put it this way. Hiring Dana Holgerson right now and bringing him in with his huge body of work and his ability to run an offense, it can't get any worse than our offense is now. And I know there's probably going to be people out there, chomping at the bit about the whole that his offense won't work in the Big Ten and it has to be physical. And I think that just because you're you're tagged with an air raid offensive background doesn't mean you can't run the ball successfully. In fact, there's some videos out. You can look on YouTube. There's some videos about Dana Holgerson running the ball in the air raid offense, or the offense he runs, whatever we're going to call it. I saw some comments on the case for firing Marcus Satterfield video about, the defense being part of the problem. And I wanted to show you some statistics for the defense. And the key always is scoring defense. And that is 22nd. So you want ideally to be in the top 20, but we're in the top 25. That's still a pretty, you're up in the top 1/4 of all college football pretty much. And we're giving up 19.1 points per game. So really, if we were able to, let's say, score 24 points a game in the next 3 games, by statistics, we would win those games. I know that's not how it works, but you can just think about that. Be positive. Rushing defense, we're 13th if you thought we were giving up a lot of runs. Passing defense, 46th. We could be better than that, but passing is, we faced some Indiana and Ohio State, and then UCLA targeted our first-time starter at defensive back, Jeremiah Charles, and they did. They tore us up a little bit in the passing game. Total defense, 17th. Sacks, 15th. Opponent red zone conversion, we are 59th. That can certainly be better. But again, the defense is not the problem. I think that it's exciting to have Dana Holgerson come to Nebraska. He's known for drinking a lot of Red Bull, which, I don't know. I don't touch that stuff. He's also known for being tossed out of a casino in the middle of the night. And I'm stealing this line from one of my guys in Slack. It's like if we bring him in as a coach, it's like we could feel like we're in the SEC. Isn't that fun? That's my take on it. The other take I'll give you is this. Matt Rhule in his press conference this week said he was going to bring in somebody from the outside to look at things. He also brought in a defensive guy, Phil Snow. We're not talking about that right now. I think that it's a good idea that he's brought somebody in. It shows that he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. You know what I mean? Maybe not murder, but you get the idea. He's willing to make changes. He's willing to just be humble enough to recognize that they need help and there's still part of the season left. And I think that's a big deal. And I have said this throughout my time on YouTube before. Coaches that don't change are not good coaches. They're coaches who stubbornly just stick to their guns. They double down on stuff. They won't admit they're wrong. And Matt Rhule, I think, by this hire is proving that he's none of those things, that he is willing to make changes to try to make things better. I think that's a very big positive on his, in his favor. How is it going to work out? Well, I guess we're going to see. USC is up next. They're having a not very good season. They have announced they're replacing Miller Moss with a backup quarterback who's a dual threat guy. And I'm sure everybody's like, oh my God, backup quarterback, we're doomed. Dual threat guy, we're doomed. I look at it and kind of go, Miller Moss is I think, a very, very good quarterback, and you're replacing him because you're grasping at straws. That's how I see the USC thing. So see, you got 2 reactions in one. It's like a bonus. There you go. BOGO. Buy one, get one. All right. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about the Dana Holgerson hire. As always, go Big Red. Thank you for the support on the channel. And, have a nice day. I'm going to go back now and rip my hair out about trying to do LDAP and Active Directory authentication integration. One of my favorite things to do, if you know what that is. Take care. Again, go Big Red, and thank you.